Hello everyone, She-Wolf here, how are you all doing? This is the first video I've done in a while where I can actually speak on camera because my phone's microphone has been fixed now. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about mental health because I feel like it's really important, and just a trigger warning, I'm going to be talking about suicide. But I feel that if I can share my story, if it can help at least one person, then... So, today is Friday, the 3rd of April 2026. On this day, 2 years ago, I tried to take my own life. I tried to overdose on ibuprofen. I was not in a good place at all. I had to give up my university course, which was absolutely devastating because I'd been wanting to do music for quite some time. It was the Certificate of Higher Education in Contemporary Music Performance, or Popular Music Performance rather, and it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. But if I hadn't have made that decision, I probably would have ended up in a worse state than I am now, because I had to use my maintenance loan to cover the tuition fees, and I won't go into the details why I had to do that, but I just feel like I'm probably the strongest now than I ever have been in my life. It has not been easy. I have made friends, I have lost friends, one of which was the most absolutely devastating thing that I've ever had to go through in terms of friendship. I mean, I've had toxic friendships in my life, but this one was never toxic. It was somebody that made up a horrible lie about my best friend at the time, and I miss her so much, and I just hope she knows how much she still means to me, even if we never talk again. But getting back to the point, for a couple of months afterwards, for the first 2 weeks I was out of hospital because I was in hospital for about 2.5 days. For the first 2 weeks I didn't want to go home, so I went and stayed in a little Airbnb. I finally went home on, I want to say the 1st of May, I think, but I'm not too sure. Or I was going to aim to go home on the 1st of May, however, I was accused of one of the people staying there of stealing their food, which I did not do and I would never do. And if you knew me in real life, you know that this is not me at all. So you can imagine what that did to my mental health. But to be fair to him, I was not washing, I was not taking care of myself at all. In fact, it wasn't until about August of 2024 that I actually shaved all of my hair off for Brave the Shave, because two of my dear friends' fathers passed away from cancer. And actually I will just show you the very first tattoo that I got. This was in hold on one sec. This tattoo right here is the very first tattoo I got in 2016. I was 26 at the time, and that's in dedication to my nan, who died of bowel cancer in 2005. And I was not in a good place back then either. I was 15 years old. I was very lonely, very miserable. I did not want to interact with anybody. All I wanted to do is be at home with my family either in front of the telly or in my room. The only other place that I was happy was when I was with horses. And I even wrote a set of lyrics called Here I Stand Alone. And it was probably one of the hardest things to write, but it helped me so much. And it helped me discover my love of music, even though I was head over heels in love with music already. I was bullied, I was picked on because of my red hair, and I dyed it black for years. The black did really make me feel confident, but I think it was an escape from the past where people had constantly called me names like Ginger Knob, Ginger Biscuit, this, that and the other. Yeah, so it was not a good time. And my granddad died of a sudden heart attack in 2004. I was just 2 weeks shy of turning 14, and that kind of what led to my first downward spiral, because by the time I reached 15, my nan on my dad's side passed away. And I was in the middle of doing my GCSEs, so it was not good at all. And over the course of the last year, it's been really difficult, but I've managed to get through it. I'm now in a place where I feel I can be myself again, my true self, that I haven't been able to do for a long time. I've written lyrics, I've volunteered for 2 local charities, one of which I'm still with. I've been there for like a year now, and I'm also going to be studying veterinary nursing come September, potentially, provided that I meet the conditions, and I've met one of those conditions, which is to find a 2-week placement. The next big thing will be finding a permanent placement, which is not easy. And if you've been trying to break into this industry as long as I have, you know it is hard to get into. No matter how many times you get told, you know. Also, I have an audition for the Bristol School of Acting on the 23rd of April. I will keep you updated about that. And I have also sent off an application for a UCAS to both the Bristol School of Acting and quickly I applied. You can apply to audition through their website, but you do have to send an application for a UCAS, which is very annoying, but it's what universities prefer to use. And also I've applied to the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts. And to be perfectly honest, as I've said to everybody, it would be worth the trip just to go for a trip to Liverpool, because I've been wanting to go for ages, but I just wanted to share my story and basically say it does get better, and you are worthy, you are brave, you are amazing, you are stunning. Whoever you are, whoever's watching this, you matter. Okay? And I also want to send a quick message to the boys of Fireheart as well. I love all of you to absolute bits, but you know this already. And hang in there. And you are beautiful people. I'm going to wrap this up now because this is like almost 9.5 minutes, but I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you can relate to this story, but I also hope that it helps you know that you're not alone. Goodbye.